What if? This is a question I've asked myself a lot through my life. What if I decide I want to become a game designer? Now what if I had big plans with the gaming industry, but what if I wanted everyone's approval so bad that I decided to heck with it? I'm just going to fall in line. We fail at 100% of the chances that we don't take. Care about people's approval and you will be their prisoner. I came across this quote when I was first starting out my game designers program with Full Sail University. It reminded me of AAA gaming companies, how they have so much to make games, but yet they continue to come out with the same games each year, adding little features here and there, and changing the story. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, considering the fact that solo indie developers and low-budget indie gaming companies have even less than what AAA gaming companies have, but are leading the industry with innovation. You'd think that AAA gaming companies would want that title. It's weird that they don't. AAA gaming companies have expendable personnel. They have easier access to commercializing. They have funds. They have the reputation. They have the fandom. They have the years of experience within the industry. They also sometimes have multiple divisions under them making different games all at once. Let's admit though, these companies are put on a strict deadline and are because of that deadline are less focused on creativity and more focused on other things. This is what I'm talking about. It's sad that we can expect yet another Call of Duty game within the next 2 years and it won't be too much different from what we're playing this year. And just to clarify, I'm not saying this is a bad way to design video games. I'm sure it pulls in quite a bit of money. I'm just saying that the world could use a little more innovative and creative games these days. We've seen what AAA gaming companies, we've seen what AAA gaming companies have, but what about solo indie designers? Well, they have creative freedom, they make their own salary, they get to decide what programs they want to use, which that by itself opens up huge opportunities to bring their game in whatever direction they want. Being a solo indie designer, you're basically your own boss. Sounds pretty nice, right? Well, there's a catch to being a solo indie designer. There's two huge things that indie designers miss, and that's time and money. Let that sink in for a moment. Time and money. Two big things that AAA gaming companies have and are two big things that innovative and creative indie game designers don't have. Well, let's take our eyes off of AAA gaming companies now and focus on indie designers alone. What's causing indie games to go poorly made and/or canceled? Well, what if I told you there's a way we can help keep this from happening? We could give those indie designers direction. We could give them the tools they need to make the game of their dreams. What if I told you that you're all a huge part of why we're here today? I want to create a studio where solo indie developers can come and be taught without loss or failure. Here they can create to get paid. Here they can create and get paid. They can learn hands-on in the real environment. They'll have all sorts of tools to create. They won't be limited. They'll be able to see what it takes to make a successful video game and not be afraid to lose. They certainly won't be afraid to fail. But most of all, they won't be afraid. That's the biggest part of this studio. We're looking for hope. And this studio is just that. This studio is hope. And I want to tell you that you're the embodiment of that hope. You all are what this studio is missing, and it needs you. I need you. Every solo indie developer needs you. Without you, it just won't work. If we come together to make this indie developing studio a reality, we could change the industry forever. There would be a bigger number of successfully completed indie games. New indie developers would be more welcome to come into the industry and leave their mark with their very own creative and